Welcome to the Trinitech Cast. This is episode number 136, if I am correct. 135 was last week. Let me just double check that because I haven't made this mistake in a while and I don't want to make that mistake today. 136, okay, cool. The little AI thing I put in the spreadsheet, it is automatically carry up the number for me now, so I don't have to manually carry up the number. And it is the 26th of the 10th, which 10 months is October. Parang is playing on the radio, and the folks at Carib have raised their prices. So all the drinks that you want to buy for Christmas, you are going to have to reconsider how much shandy you could stock this year, because you can't afford any Carib or Stag unless you tell the people to bring it when they come in.
By me, Dad, do that. I stopped drinking almost 2 years now. So
yeah, I don't even know what's the price of a car. I think there was some picture that went around. It's $13 MSRP. I seen MSRP like it's a graphics card. Oh my goodness. $13 recommended.
The
recommended price.
Yeah.
The recommended price is $13. I ain't not paying $13 for a drink.
I mean that's the call. Like back when I used to drink it off certain places, they go $20, $25 for a beer. Like if you go on, like if you were drinking anymore, like Val Park and thing.
Yeah.
So like if you go in a Hawk and Spit bar, and it's $13.
A what
for
bar?
Some Hawk and Spit, as you know, the grimy places now, you know, where
Hawk and Spit out. Or a hole in the wall bar. You know,
it have a casino machine. People.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly,
characters.
You're not exactly cultured. Yeah. For some reason, all I remember in a beer was $7. And I don't know where I remember in that from.
That a long time ago.
Yeah. And I was like, but our shandy is $3 though. So I'll buy that. That was probably from my very, very late teenage years, when I learned that I am not going to drink alcohol for the rest of my life because it tastes nasty. Until I taste puncher creme, a proper puncher creme, not the not alcohol creme, but puncher creme with all the spices and all them kind of thing, and it have a little bit of alcohol in it. I'll be like, okay, this is cool. I could drink this, and I don't really have a problem with it. But yeah, that's the nice cool Christmas intro that coming up because November is coming, and Black
Christmas
Friday.
clean and start.
Black Friday sales coming up, and all the Black Friday sales that are fake, I have them. I are ready for them. You know, everything in my cart already, and I know what the price is now. So if the price end up getting jacked up for Black Friday, and then they try to put a deal on it, I will see, because they can't trust honey anymore. Yeah,
you still use honey?
No. I know using it. Honey had one ridiculously big scandal that they basically was thieving money for they were money laundering. But generally, I don't know if they were money laundering, but anyhow, there were a lot of stuff that went on with honey, and that's how I do that stuff manually now. All right, welcome to the podcast, all you. My name is Andre Charles from Make It Simple TT and Trinitech Cast, and probably some other places on the internet that I cannot remember. I went to, I'm co-host number 1, day 1, Akim Day, from not redbit_tech, but from Trinitech Cast, where we post videos on a weekly basis. And we have 57 subscribers on YouTube right now. Mm-hmm. It was like 50, then it went to 54, then 55, then 57. I was like, ooh, the graph starting to like take a upward turn. I was like, okay. Let's see if we can get 100 by the end of next year. Sorry. And Michaela diversity. Yeah, no, we can get it by year. Trust me, we can get it by year. Like,
I believe in us.
It turned out serious. Like, the average person that wants to listen to something about technology in Trinidad and Tobago is 1 in 25. And then
we have plenty of people.
Yeah, but then that 1 in 25 not going to listen to our podcast. Then you have to spread out all the different mediums where they will see things. They'll be like, oh yeah, I'll see it on TikTok. I'll see it on Instagram. I'll see it on YouTube. Oh, I'll download it on Spotify. I'll use Apple. And then that spread down to 1 in every 400 people will touch something like that. Anyway, yeah, diversity. Hi, I'm McKellar. Came from episode 100. Long time I didn't say that. The hairstyle is high one Afro puff.
Yes.
What?
Yes. I went out earlier for food. Movino had a special, so I enjoyed that.
But we're not surprised though. You see, Akim was like,
she said her name there that I didn't hear in a while. Movino. I used to go there back in the day.
Where was that? Where's that?
It's a sushi restaurant, right?
Yeah, sushi restaurant and like wine type of restaurant on the avenue. Yeah.
You know,
in South too.
Okay. Now you're talking about the avenue. I have only been to the quote unquote avenue to like Lime or Eat once in my life.
Wow.
How?
Like, because one, I don't like people, like crowds of people. And the avenue does have crowds of people on the pavement all the time. And
depending on the time you go.
Right, yeah. So I wasn't going to try to figure out what's the best time to go. And then two, is one sort of bars and small clubs, right? And the clubs just have all sort of children, right? Yeah. And whenever you go to them places, you just bounce up a whole set of children that you teach. And it just be real awkward to be like seeing your students in their party clothes. You'd be like, no, I wish I just saw you as an innocent child, because now I'm stuck with that image in me. And also it costs a lot of money and I'm not a limer. But yeah, long story short, I've been there once, and that's because my students told me to come to dinner with them by some place, and we went inside and we eat, and I was like, okay, cool. And then when I walk back out, hi sir, 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 hi sir. And I'm like, I don't even know who you are. Oh my goodness, that is that child. Oh no. Oh my goodness, yeah. It was that was struggle in life. Rakim, you've been on the avenue to Lime and thing?
Yeah, back in my days. A long time, like
fighting to get inside the club and thing.
Yeah, my days was like Zen and thing. Like
my days was
used to get my days free with the UEID.
Yeah, that's Zen. And next one called Coconuts, and next one called
Coconuts was before me, but Zen.
Yeah, Coconut was a man get shot there, and then Coconuts end up. Hey. We're supposed to be talking about technology. Wait, do techie this week. I'll go first. Me and GoDaddy had a fight this week. No, me, GoDaddy, and Cloudflare had a battle, a fight like to the death. I don't know. You know the AWS shutdown thing that I had?
Yeah.
Right. AWS affected GoDaddy, and because GoDaddy stupid, they was like oh yeah, they're not gonna notify anybody about the problems with AWS. I had to go and read a whole set of logs to see that. Because of the AWS shutdown, the SSL certificates was just messed up because AWS was handling some of the DNS stuff for GoDaddy. Because the SSL certificate messed up, Cloudflare was like, well, I don't know where your website is because I can't trust this website. And I was like, what? So Cloudflare was like, nah, I'm not gonna show your website because it is not secure. So I had to migrate my whole DNS back to GoDaddy, which I didn't want to do, and then realize that the problem was still there because of the AWS thing. And it's just me and Cloudflare trying to figure out how to do this back and forth. And now, long story short, the mail server still not working because GoDaddy don't want to tell anybody that I have a problem. And here we are.
Oh, that's what went on.
Yeah.
Oh.
So all my internal mail still not working, and I am upset because Akim warned me about GoDaddy, but I was too deep inside. It had too much things inside there right now to try to migrate. That I can't do it. I had to live with the choices
that I made.
With the choices that I made, boy. Yeah, so that was my techie week. DNS, like that. I could create an MX record for you in 30 seconds, flat. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. What about you, Akim?
Nah, this week I was a little sick. You know, I was under the weather a little bit, so I didn't really get to do much techiness other than the regular day-to-day operational stuff you do on work. You know, I didn't have much. You know, I do some on Facebook ads.
I'm working from home and take a sick day.
Yeah.
And do some well, Michaela, we know sick days are not anything out of your vocabulary. You will just let them know, hey, I shall not be logging in today and doing anything. Take that from a 14 or whatever you have. What about your techiness? Nothing techie? Anything?
Nothing techie per se. I guess the only thing is I did a presentation in Bishops on Thursday to the Form 5 students I went back. So I talked to them about their digital footprint, the state of, not necessarily the state of technology, but kind of where they could go career-wise within tech and like any other questions they had. It was an interactive session. They had real fun. I enjoyed it as well.
The question is, did you tell them that you are on a podcast that happens on a weekly basis? No, you didn't.
No.
No, you didn't. And now, the one child inside there who would have started listening to the podcast doesn't know that we exist. But that's okay.
That's okay. Like I get a bunch of random people who will be like, I saw you on TikTok. I'm like, yes. I'm not even on TikTok, but yes. Mm-hmm.
You know, nobody's ever told me that.
That's because the circles that you roll in are not they're not
TikTok.
TikTokers. Yeah, they're not TikTokers. Yeah. They will be like, hey, I see you on Instagram, and you probably get them. At that time you tell me your aunt or something so in the States say that they see you on TikTok. When we had that video that was going real viral, the one with the fiber. Yeah. That was
random people in the streets, nobody.
Oh, I went in Eastgates today to carry my daughter to the haunted house and somebody asked me to take a picture.
Hey, celebrity.
And I was like, y'all know this is awkward, right? And it's like, yeah, we awkward too. Let me just take an awkward picture. I was like, an awkward picture, let's go. Everybody fake smile. And yeah, that's the kind of people I like to meet who like real socially awkward, but they're like, you really helped me a lot with CSEC IT and computer science and thing. And I just wanted to let you know that. Will it be okay if I ask you for a picture? I'll be like, yes, you're awkward just like me. Let's do it. And we took an awkward picture. And every time they passed me, they was like watching. I'd be like, is he watching back? No, we watching back. Yeah, yeah. That's me outdoors with my grandpa Crocs and thing.
Well, a time I went Starbucks and somebody asked me about it. So yeah, it happened once.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. By the time we reach 100 subscribers at the end of the year on YouTube, which Michaela believes that we could do, and I am vehemently saying, no, that's not possible. We will see. If it happens.
We could buy some bots.
You wouldn't believe. I know how to do that now.
Me too.
I like, yeah. And it's not that expensive. It's like $25 for 500 followers. I like $25. That's all? Okay. That's why men does buy millions of followers and things like that. It'd be like real money you could put to get a million and it'd be good. But Vietnam. All right. Right now you're listening to Training TechCast, and more than likely you know that I love technology a lot, but more so I love teaching technology. I'm a CSEC IT and CAPE Computer Science and IT teacher, and I have classes that are available. So if you know any student that's looking for quality CAPE Computer Science or CSEC IT classes, you can check us out 308-8799 on WhatsApp or makeitsimplett.com/register. You can get classes, notes, recordings, IA, SBA help, everything that you could think of. That will get you that one in CSEC IT. So you can check us out. All right, so today we're talking about modernizing classrooms again, ? Yeah, I have views and I want to share them. And next is fully online public services, which Akim believes is possible. Okay, I'm lying. He does not believe it is possible. He doesn't. I just needed to say that because he does not ever believe it's possible for public services to go online. And I tend to agree with him sometimes. But we ought to have hope in this world. OpenAI also created a browser. I think the name of it is Atlas. open
I think
AI
so.
browser.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
that's
so,
right
yeah.
here. So we're going to talk about our browser and can it do the unthinkable and challenge Chrome, which is the question on everybody's browser mind. At the end of the day, you gotta beat Chrome. So let's get into it, guys, and let's talk about modernizing classrooms again. Right, so all in all, the budget happened, and we are specifically not talking about the budget, but there was something that was said about modernizing classrooms, and we are talk about it. So, because I'm a teacher, and I have no choice. The government is set to modernize classroom learning from January with an ambitious digital education drive costing tens of millions. The finance minister, Devandranath. I never said his first name in my life. Devandranath, yeah. Devandranath.
Just say Dave, yeah.
Tanku, yeah. Announced that 18,000 devices worth 146 million. And somewhere divide that to see what's the price of each one of them laptops will be distributed to 4-month students alongside artificial intelligence training for 10,800 teachers. During his maiden budget presentation yesterday, Tanku said 8.76 million is being allocated to education and training, underscoring the government's focus, blah, blah. From January, the Elevate TT program will upskill 15,000 educators, helping them modernize teaching methods using 21st century technology. The government will spend 5.72 million on this initiative, which Tanku will deliver relevant, flexible, and modern professional development aligned with the national priorities and the 2025 to 2030 education policy. It have another program too, but we'll talk about that one just now. So let's start with the anybody divide it?
Yeah, 8,100.
Each laptop costs 8,000 TT.
Yep. 81.
What?
Well, yeah, if the maths in, that means each laptop costs 8,000 TT. I promise you.
They didn't pay that much.
I promise you that the children don't need a $8,000 laptop. I purchase laptops for children all the time, and laptops are generally between 3,000 to 5,000. 5,000 is if you're giving you 16 gigs of RAM. But if you're a child, you will get 8 gigs of RAM, or you might get 16 gigs of RAM, but you'll get a Celeron processor or some kind of thing like that now, like something of that sort. I'm very anxious to see what these laptops look like, because I've heard that we were supposed to get them at the end of September, no, at the start of October. It's almost at the end of October, and we haven't seen the laptops yet. I don't know who's the service provider. I don't know what the brand or whatever the case is. But if that maths is correct, that Akeem did, I want to see a $8,000 laptop. Because a $8,000 laptop supposed to be, because I'm looking for laptops right now, a $8,000 laptop should have 16 gigs of RAM, i5 13th generation, maybe. Yeah, 12 generation or 13 generation. It should have 1 terabyte SSD NVMe storage, and it should be a 2-in-1. That's basically the budget that I'm looking at for a laptop right now. If I spend $8,000, that's what I'm looking for. And the one I'm looking at right now is 1,500 US, which is, thereabout around the 9,000 range. So if you're spending let's say 8,000 TT is what, 1,200. I mean, 8,000 TT is 1,200 US, 1,300 US, somewhere around there. Thereabout. Yeah. If I go and look for $1,300 laptops right now, that is what I want to see them children getting. If that is not the case, then it has to be that they get the laptops and they have a 5-year warranty, that they pay an extra warranty for some kind of thing like that. Mm-hmm. You would have like extended warranties or something like that of that. Yeah, it had to be that for it to be that price. That's that's my view on that from the teacher perspective in me. But the real one that I want to talk about is the upskilling and educating. What is it? Upskill 15,000 educators, helping them modernize teaching methods using 21st century techniques. Here is the problem. You're going to train teachers. You're going to spend a whole lot of money to train teachers to teach better. And it's only one set of people have laptops in the school. The school might have 2 projectors. That's a Panadol that's in your hand there. I saw your Panadol there, Akeem. I saw your Panadol extra strength. It's the red one. Yep, that's the cold and sinus. Yeah, no, drowsy. Yeah, yeah. It have 1 projector in the school. It have 2 laptops for the teachers. They don't have Wi-Fi. They don't have internet. All them kind of things. It's like you carry the people to a whole EV training camp where they learn how to service and upgrade and whatnot EV vehicles, and then they come back and there's a fleet of diesel machine vehicles that they have to fix, and they be like, yeah, I learned all about all of these things, but when I actually go back to my school, here's what I face. And as always, and will always be my concern, that they kind of disconnected from what a school actually looks like. And I am always going to be on the side of, nah, that ain't gonna work. But what I want to ask Akeem is, from your daughter is in
first
year, something
what they call it. That was other name for it.
Yeah. So understand that. Like, have you encountered any sort of technological exposure for your daughter that you find is well thought out and going to enhance it? You don't have to call the name of the school or anything like that, but from a parent perspective, do you think, have you encountered anything?
Yeah, I think so. Like, they have specific days throughout the term that is just online, and I guess it's probably I wasn't there to know, but I guess it's probably like a leftover from COVID. They have certain days at the term where it's just online learning, where they encourage the kids to like operate the Google Classroom stuff on their own. You know, so she in first year, so even at her age, they encourage her to like join the meeting, mute the mic or raise your hand when you have a question, unmute it, that kind of thing, and then to do the exercise. You know, during, I guess that's how stuff used to be during COVID. So they kind of have certain days, and they say that, you know, that's to help the students, you know, with basic technology.
Yeah, basic foundational of how to use technology in education. Yeah. And
my daughter says they also have projectors in class, and her teacher has a laptop that she shows, like, that she's used during the teaching, to incorporate into some of the teaching lessons.
Yeah, and of course, well, this is a private institution; it's not a public school, right?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Cool. No. I just need to make sure I set the platform very well, because the public institutions, they ain't have it so. They ain't even coming close to have it like that, where children getting exposure into how to use technology for educational purposes. And this whole training of teachers thing to do that has to go in line with the infrastructure that the school is going to have. But the infrastructure that the school is going to have, it will be solely lacking, as always. So you'll have a set of people who learn all set of skills, but they can't go and apply it. And that's like Michaela, she go and learn how to do open water swimming, but then all she doing is teaching children how to swim laps in a pool. Like, and it'd be like, kids, you have to get the endurance. This is what it's going to be like when you go out in the open waters. Not knowing that when you go and swim in open waters, there are things called waves and currents. And them things is like, I see how the man that tried to swim around Tobago the other day, he said he swam for 8 minutes and he was in the same spot. And I like, what's current? No, man, that wasn't you. Because a man that swim from Trinidad to Tobago and he tried to swim around the whole of Tobago. I can't remember his name. But imagine you swimming. New guy. And you in the same spot for 8 minutes because you're just fighting against the currents. That madness. And them putting all this money behind technology and education is basically going to do the same thing that the previous camera tops did. Because, Michaela, like from a real perspective, did your camera top change your life?
No.
To make you better at technology?
No, not really. So because like I already had access to a laptop at home, so yeah, the camera top was mostly to play games now, and do assignments.
Yeah,
but mostly play games.
So I could probably give a different perspective, but not from the camera top, because I wasn't around at my time. But for me, like I didn't have access to a computer or a laptop growing up, and I got a laptop when I was around that age, I guess around 10 or 11, and that changed my whole perspective in terms of technology. Like that was the spark for me to get into technology, like just like it had times like the computer sometimes had no games, it had no internet. I used to literally go and explore the C drive and go into the Windows folder, and I used to go in
System 32?
Yeah, I used to go and look at all the files and like, okay, and I just used to explore everything, try and figure out how things used to work. And like for me, that was the catalyst that kind of sparked my interest in it. So for somebody like yourself, Michaela, you had exposure to it before, but for somebody who have no exposure at all to laptops or computers, it will make a difference to them.
No, I understand what you're saying. I get where you're coming from. I agree. There's people who you want to get into IT and technology. But when you think about this from an educational perspective, to get everybody to be able to use their computers and their devices for educational technology perspective, the people who don't care about IT and digging up in a computer or whatnot, are they going to benefit from having their laptop with poor infrastructure around, where you tell them, all right, children, I'll put our assignment up in Google Classroom for you all to submit when you go home. When they go home, they have no internet. When they come in school, the internet not working properly. So as a teacher, I go and have 15 people submit, 15 people didn't submit. When you ask them why they didn't submit, they didn't have any internet, they didn't have this, they didn't have that, all that kind of thing. The internet in school not working properly. All them kind of things. And that just basically go and put a spoke in your wheel when it comes to applying technology if you want to put like digital assignments up. So in the end, I'll get frustrated and I'm going to put the assignment on paper and I'll tell them, bring your assignment from me on a piece of paper because this technology thing not working. Because I've seen multiple teachers try their very, very best to get things done technologically, but the infrastructure not there. So you know what to do and you know what you want to do, but you don't have the infrastructure. So therefore, it don't make sense you try. And that's what I'm afraid of. That's what I'm very concerned about, that they will just end up learning stuff, but there's nothing put in place for them to apply it. And it's like fixing all of the it's like putting all the icing and sprinkles on all kind of stuff, but the cake hollow in the middle. Yeah. And as soon as you cut the cake, you realize it don't really have any cake inside there. Just have all sort of icing and stuff on top of it. Which will lead me to the next part of the article. This part is where we might flip our table. Another project, the Next Class program, will also begin in January to create an AI-powered platform designed to enhance teaching effectiveness and personalized learning. Government investment for Next Class stands at $4.64 million. Every teacher will gain access to a single platform hosted by the Ministry of Education featuring lesson planning, real-time student tracking, automated grading support, and professional development tools. Never, ever, 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 ever is that going to be ready in January. Never.
That's what I say in January.
January 2026, yes.
It has to already be in development then.
It has to be done and it has to be tested and it has to be demoed to the people who need to use it. And for them to say every teacher will gain access to a single platform hosted by the Ministry of Education, let's just stop there. Hosted where? on AWS servers that is managed by the Ministry of Education. Okay, cool, maybe. Featuring lesson planning, real-time student tracking, automated grading support, and professional development tools. Who put in the students in the system? Who have a register of all of the students that are in the school and going to put them in the system to check their real-time student tracking and grades and all them things?
So reading it over, it said the project would begin in January.
Yeah, but the statement says every teacher will gain access to a single platform. So that means the project going to start, but they will gain access to the platform when it finished. That way you're trying to say?
Yeah, it looked like it's going to start in January. So it could start in January, but it could take 6 months, a year, 2 years.
No, that's taking a lot more years than. Yeah. Okay. So I stand corrected. From January, the Elevate TT program will upskill 15,000 educators. They didn't say how long it's going to last for, how long it's going to take. So those 15,000 educators could get upskilled over the course of 5 years, maybe. Next class program will also begin in January to create an AI-powered platform. Okay. All right. So they go down, put this project on wheels and start to carry it in a particular direction. And I just can't see all the amount of moving parts that are needed to get this thing in place when we don't even have like a list of all of the students in the school. Like,
yeah, I mean, a big stumbling block again will be the same thing I said before, the infrastructure. Not just for the teachers, but the students to really make it effective.
All right. Well, I don't have much more to say again. The Gate and Higher Education Loan Program, just know how to share this back. I'm going to share this one too. This is the next one. The Gate and Higher Education Loan Programs remain key to tertiary access with 345 bursaries with 52 million awarded this year. Meanwhile, the long-awaited UEDB campus will become operational, offering programs in law, forensics, IT, and AI training. The AI training part is kind of, I don't know, it's kind of get me when you talk about AI training, because like, what is AI training and how is it going to be? Is it prompt engineering? Is it actually understanding AI, how to build your own AI? I don't know. But when you're doing a budget statement, you have to
be incorporated into like the comp sci and the IT degree. I don't think it will be something separate. Like, you know, might be a course or like a project or something.
Yeah. Yeah, so 8.7 billion being given to education and a lot of technology going to be put into education. But will we ever be able to use those technologies? That is the question. Will we ever be able to use those technologies? And I'm not sure that we will be able to. But we're 33 minutes in. So I'll come off my teacher soapbox now and I'll give you all the final comments. They're both thinking, yo. They're both thinking because like he said so much already. So what else can we say? You don't have to repeat anything.
No. I was just looking at that gate line, right? I mean, in terms of UE and training and programs and stuff, the benefit would obviously be the people that you produced, you know, given, like we say, you get some, I mean, you have lecturers who would specialize in machine learning and AI and stuff like that. So it have lecturers that could teach the topic and probably doing research in the area and stuff like that. Which means you'll hopefully produce students who would also excel in those areas and probably want to go on to do research and stuff in those areas. So that's one thing. You would produce students that would have a good foundation in AI and IT and that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. But is Trinidad positioned to fulfill the potential of these people, and I'll probably say no. So those people may end up leaving China, to really progress their research and that kind of thing in the field. Because I mean, in terms of AI and the cutting edge of AI is not China. Like here could be a good place to get your foundation, spark the interest and stuff like that. But if you really want to be on the cutting edge of AI,
where is on the cutting edge of AI right now, though?
Silicon Valley, I guess. I mean, it's all. Well, if you're looking at countries, the US, China, and probably the US and China.
The US and China for the most part, I believe. The cutting edge of AI is more of what we will see will be the US with OpenAI. And everything that we see with Sora and Gemini and all them things, that's cutting edge basically. And that's the surface level stuff that we're seeing, but you're not seeing the stuff that's being applied in the background with the government contracts, because a lot of the plenty of the companies, they have government contracts that have some very shady things that could be taking place because of the use of their technology. So we see the front-facing side of it, but the cutting edge of AI is surveilling you right now and making, assumptions about who you are and creating maps of, all of the different words that you use and whatever. That is all like cutting edge. And China doing that boldly, because China is like, yeah, we run this place and we know every citizen and we using our AI for that. So that would be the cutting edge. We would be more like following what they do or using the tools that they create. Yeah.
What's the difference between the bleeding edge and the cutting edge? Bleeding edge.
What is happening right now? she do literature in school, you know. So she know to use them.
Yeah, because you say if it's not the cutting edge, then it'll be the bleeding edge. So cutting edge has been tested and is more reliable, whereas bleeding edge is still in its infancy and not fully tested.
Yeah, more theoretical.
I have never thought about that in my life. And with that, we will move on to the next segment where we'll talk about something else.
That's not.
Well, you probably made it this far in the podcast. That means you probably like technology a lot and like to at least hear us talk about technology. And that also means you may know somebody or somebody who knows somebody or somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody who wants a website built or an app built or some sort of technology integrated in their business. If you want to help them out, you could send them to Make It Simple TT, send them to us. And we have business services that range from building websites to building apps to invoicing systems to ensuring that technology is used in your company, to installation of routers, buying things online. So you could check us out, 308-8799. You could check our services out, or you could go to makeitsimplett.com and see some of the things that we've done and maybe give a recommendation to our website built or something like that. Fully online public services, y'all. The promise is there. Can they deliver, or will they deliver, or do we even waste our time? Let's see if we're wasting our time. The Unit Trust Corporation, UTC, and National Payment and Innovation Company, NPIC-TT, and the Telecommunication Services of Trinidad and Tobago have signed an agreement to introduce a national KYC platform, Know Your Customer platform. The platform branded Nobis and developed by local UI NPIC-TT Innovative Center will allow citizens to verify their identities and open accounts entirely online. The system replaces traditional in-person verification with faster, more secure and paperless processes. Blah, blah. Okay. So long and short of the article is there is a eKYC that's going to be implemented in Unit Trust to be like a sort of pilot program to see how it works there. And if it does work, you could assume that they're going to try to implement it in the wider the wider range of things that we have in all the different ministries. So it's a real thing. It's a real thing. Do you think that the fact that it's a real thing would would eventually lead to the government that we gotta get to? Yeah.
I don't like the fact that we've been moving on to all these other more advanced systems, more ways of doing stuff efficient, when it have a lot of low hanging fruit and things that don't really work.
Tell the people what's the low hanging fruit. I know what you're gonna say, but yeah.
Last week I sent an application for something to our government service, right?
Yeah.
Submit the form and they tell me I'll receive a confirmation email. No confirmation email. Then let's say if you don't receive a confirmation email, send that email to this email address. Okay, I send the email to the email address, no response. And there was another thing they're saying, if you don't get no confirmation email, you could also contact us here. So I contact the number after waiting 3 or 4 days to see if they send the confirmation email. I contact it. Nobody answered the number, obviously. Right, so I went and find another office and that person direct me to somebody else and the transfer me to somebody else and that person didn't answer. And only I get a voicemail and then I get the extension, so I dial the extension directly and I get to talk to somebody and
I have a headache already. Oh, what?
It was like, we're not taking applications for this thing right now. I was like, okay, that's nowhere on the website.
Voicemail, you say?
Yeah,
you left a voicemail?
I ain't leave no voicemail. I listen to it and I get the extension. Okay. They say they're not accepting applications right now. And he asked me for more information. And he was like, you know all the documents you need to submit? And I was like, yeah, I submitted in the application. And he was like, okay, let me take back all the information. Which means the application gets submitted probably into a black hole. Because clearly did not a lot of information.
It's in a vortex.
So you see, when you start back applications, I'll let somebody call you and you'll send back all your documents. So.
And okay, that's all. You lost me because I was so into your story. What was the point that we was making? I trying to remember. Low-hanging fruit.
Yeah, low-hanging fruit. Yeah, fix. It's a simple form. Just send my confirmation email so I know at least it didn't get submitted into a void, but it looked like it got submitted into a void.
Okay. So, what you're saying is the EKYC could be there, but there is some human that has to pull the information from the EKYC system when you apply for something, and that human is going to fumble the bag. That's what you're trying to say.
I hope they don't. I hope they could. With introducing the system, they also train people and get them to do what they need to do. That's what I hope.
Michaela, what about you? What's your thoughts on this EKYC?
I think it's a good step in the right direction, but because right now when you open a bank account, requiring those documents all the time is stress. So having all the information in a generalized place is a very good idea. But I'm speaking as like an average Trinidadian. This is not my actual thoughts, but like as an average Trinidadian that witnessed all the data leaks we had and all the general privacy concerns, I wouldn't feel comfortable with my information being stored, with my KYC information being stored digitally on a government system. Because if it gets leaked, then what?
I got you.
Yeah.
There's your cybersecurity life again. What I concern about is the consistency of the data. Because we have... Okay, I ain't gonna lie to you. The address that on my driver's license right now is not the address that I'm staying at right now. And I don't have the time. Okay, it working. So I not going by licensing office to be like, hi there, I want to change my address. I wait until it's time to renew and then I'll just change it, right? And there are people like that who living from apartment to apartment, place to place, all kind of things, and they'll never update their information inside there. And as part of the EKYC, I guess your address will be one of those things. If the EKYC is just focusing on the basic primary key data, which is your national ID, your driver's license, your passport, your first name, your surname, your birth certificate information, and not things like address and place of work and all them kind of thing, then it would work because the data would be fairly consistent or straightforward. But the kind of data that these places will be asking for, when you go to sign up for something, that EKYC system going to have some very questionable data inside of it. Like your last electric bill or your flow bill or a letter from your landlord saying I actually staying here. And all kind of different things that will make data management muddy and it wouldn't be trustworthy. So I am concerned that they might try to collect more data than they need to, and then 5-6 years down the road, the database will be horrid. That's my technical concern. I don't know if you understand where I'm coming from. With
it wouldn't be a normalized database.
Yeah, the database wouldn't be normal. I just taught normalization last week in class. And if you like, what do they ask you for when you're creating a bank account?
Your
proof of address,
certificate, your death certificate.
Come on, be serious.
Proof of address, 2 forms of ID, a recent utility bill, or something that is your proof of address. If your utility bill isn't in your name, you need an authorization letter from whoever name it's in. Yeah. And payslip.
Job letter or payslip.
Job letter and payslip, right. And for the people that do have a job letter and payslip, or your EKYC going to say self-employed?
Yeah, when it's self-employed, it's had to fill out one long form.
Right. And then that just adding more fields to the database. That's going to make it a lot more muddy. And now, let me say, okay, Unitrust could do it because Unitrust will have a set of things that they have to collect, right? But if you transfer this to the Ministry of whatever system, then they're going to have a next set of piece of information that they're going to put on it. And what's going to happen is that they're going to access the EKYC system, get the basic information, and then they will say, here, fill out this form. Because we don't have all the information. Because the EKYC system does not hold everything. So we still end up going back to our form. I don't know how another country does do it or how they'll handle it, but other countries where all of your information is fairly standardized, okay, let's see if America, for example, everything is based on your SSN, your social security number, right? Everything is based on your social security number. And once you have your social security number, that means you could get tax, and that means we could lock you up. They don't need to know nothing else about you in life. They just be like, your address and all that kind of information, because people could go from state to state and wherever the case is. Social security number and your name. That means we're good. But for us, we have a national ID that's not really tied to anything besides your birth paper or your biodata or whatever it is. Because for us to get tax, you need to have a BIR number, right?
Correct, yeah.
Yeah, so this EKYC is a little more complicated than it seems. It's not just a one-stop shop for your digital ID or footprint. Your digital ID. There will be other hurdles that we'll face along the way. So testing it out on Unitrust is fine, but getting it to the government services, I am not confident about it. Even though I want it to work, I would really love it to work. I'm not confident about how it will translate to the government services. Yeah, that's my overall long-term view of it. But in the short term, thank you very much. We appreciate it. I would love to see it work. And especially if they do the digital payments platform, and I have to sign up for the digital payments platform, and all I have to do is put my KYC ID or whatever it is, and it will pull all my information. like for people who have settled in life and they have a job, they have a pay slip, they have a house, they have a permanent address and all them kind of things, yeah, it should work. But that is not the vast majority of Trinidadians. The vast majority of Trinidadians fighting to keep their rent, to stay in an apartment, moving from place to place, they're going from one job to another, contract to contract, the utility bill not in their name, they do our bank account, all kind of things going on for the average Trinidadian.
Yeah, so like if the EKYC after to collect your job letter or pay slip information, that's the stuff that I would be kind of iffy about. Like for me, that should be between you and your financial institution, not just a general platform. You know, so that's, at least for me, that will be iffy for me.
Yeah, I got you. I really just hope that they just take basic information. Once they take the basic information, I think that will be fine. And then, wherever other institution you go to, you fill out whatever else you have to fill out. But it may be promising a one size fits all, but it may not actually be a one size fits all.
Like in the US, right? I open a bank account without a job letter or a job statement. You know what was my proof of income? I just tell them how much I make with the amount, and they take that.
That's because they know they could tax you at any time. So, like their taxation system, you could lie how much you want. The IRS will find you. And with our taxation system, you could lie and get away with it quite consistently. So that is why they need the documentation to prove that you didn't lie. And that's the tricky part. So I think
with the banks, they more wanted to make sure that you're going to have money coming in every month. I don't think they care about taxes and things.
No, I talking about this thing from the government perspective.
Okay.
So from the government perspective, they need to make sure that the banks would have a record of money and stuff, so that when it's time to do the taxes, that they would be able to kind of correlate the information about the amount of people that get paid from this bank. True, because the central bank will have do the ACH and all them kind of thing now. So it have an element of the banks being managed by the government. That's our next discussion about the boards of some of these banks. But again, we ain't going through that political talk, because Michaela don't say because she know what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. She know exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah. So anybody check up who Nobis is?
Who?
Nobis, Nobis.
I heard that name before, you know.
Yeah, Nobis is the company that building the according to the article. Yeah, Nobis is the company that built it.
Oh.
No, the name of the platform is called Nobis. It was developed locally by NPICTT's Innovative Center. I don't know who they are. NPIC, National Payment and Innovation Company. Yeah. Well, we went to this website already. Yes. When we had the
Oh yeah, this is a kind of, you know what I mean, a kind of.
Let me show you the website.
Is it this website?
This
or is it something else?
About us, company profile. The National Payment and Innovation, blah, blah, blah. We have mission, strategic plan. This was the website that had some issues that I can't remember what we noticed, but yeah, it had some dead links and thing inside here. But it seemed like it's working now. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Right, yeah. So if it developed in-house, good for them. But this is a government-run company, a government-run digital company.
Yeah, but there's something that was there before the current. So it's something that continuing from the last government.
Yes, I believe so, yeah. I would think so. So I am a unit trust account holder, so I will look out for an email from unit trust to see if they will send me a email to update my EKYC. Hey, NIB.
Me too.
NIB update their system and I sign up for it, but I ain't log in yet. But the sign up process was good. And somebody called me, and was like, hey, hi, Mr. Charles. I saw that you signed up for this, just confirming things. And I was like, hey, look, the system, it work.
And to ask you a hypothetical question.
Whoa.
That's not too good enough.
Let's just tell me you want to ask me how much money I'm making. Good.
No.
Yeah.
In Trinidad, if you're paying somebody, you have to pay NIS. Like is the law? I just asking, is that?
If they get in a pay slip,
yeah,
then yes.
Okay.
If they're not getting a pay slip, then it's on them. The onus is on them to pay their own NIS contributions.
Okay.
So yeah. So for your accounting purposes, if you issue in pay slips, that means you're making deductions. Because you can't make a deduction without a record of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
And but technically, no contributions are the responsibility of the employee. And the employee is the one who's supposed to be tracking that their contributions are being made. The employer is supposed to do it in the best interest of the employee. But you could go and work for somebody who not going and pay your NIS.
Mm-hmm.
And you could agree to that if you want to.
All right.
Yeah. But maybe...
I know somebody who worked for a company like since before I born. So that say 40 years.
And the company said they was paying it, but they didn't pay it.
Yep.
Yep. That is that's some of them dastardly companies that tell you I pay it. So that's why the onus is on the employee to check their contributions regularly to make sure that it's being paid.
Yeah, and the person at retirement age and
that wildness, that real wildness. Yeah, jeez. Yeah, that hurts a lot. I feel that pain there. I feel that pain. All right. Hypothetically, all that was hypothetical. They just keep that out there. All right, yeah. Okay. I pay NIS for my employees. Okay. Let's talk about ChatGPT with a browser, which none of us have installed, I'm sure. ChatGPT has a browser called Atlas, y'all. OpenAI has released a new artificial intelligence powered web browser. The company said Atlas looks and feels similar to existing browsers, but is built around OpenAI's generative chatbot ChatGPT. That means users will be able to access ChatGPT to create summaries, ask questions, and complete tasks as they navigate across any page on the web. And shares in Alphabet dropped on that same day because that's
Alphabet
how
Google, that man.
Alphabet is Google, yeah. That's how the stock market system does work. You make an announcement, your shares drop because people be like that.
Mm-hmm.
The real question is, there's only one thing that you have to ask yourself when a browser comes out. Can you dethrone Chrome? That's all you had to ask. Because ever since Chrome gained ascendancy from the late 2000s, like 2008, 2009, that is when Chrome started to come out. That is when Internet Explorer was just kind of like liming and be like, oh, well, I'm great. Nobody needs to be better than me. And Firefox was doing what it could do, but Google with Chrome, for some reason, I still can't pinpoint my finger on it, why Chrome became so popular. I think it was just hate for Internet Explorer. But the thing is, Firefox was there.
Let me tell you why. It was more lightweight and not as bulky. Remember Internet Explorer, right? This used to be the screen.
And it have all sorts of search bars,
And half of it was just a whole set of random bloatware. So your actual browsing screen was this small.
Yeah. But That was for
Michaela?
techie people. Michaela don't know about that.
Internet Explorer, I mean, vaguely, but no, Chrome.
You could have put one set of
Firefox
search
and
bars onto it. Right. Now, Firefox existed when Internet Explorer was fumbling the bag, but not everybody ran to Firefox. And I'm not sure why, but everybody ran to Chrome.
Chrome was faster. It felt faster than Firefox.
Was faster too. Firefox was real fast.
It feels faster and easier to use.
You know why I feel it happened? Chrome brought tabs. Nobody else had tabs at the point in time.
For
and
real?
Chrome was the first person to bring. You could ask your AI to see who was the first browser to have tabs. But I think Chrome had tabs, and because that's what I remember. I used to have like 5 Internet Explorer windows open to do certain things, and that was just annoying. And it had this browser that have tabs that you could open and you could do multiple things in the same window. And that was like revolutionary to me. And then it just caught on, right?
Okay, so that's not correct.
So who had tabs before?
Internet works in 1994.
Oh gosh.
Alright.
Come now.
Before 1998, Netcapter, 2000 Opera, 2002 Firefox, and then 2003 Safari. In 2006, Internet Explorer followed suit and making tab standard. Chrome come after. I'll tell you when.
No, Internet Explorer could have never had tabs before Chrome. Like, okay. Let me see if
Chrome
I can find out what.
In 2008.
Right, that's when I remember Chrome was taken out. Why did Google Chrome become popular?
More popular than earlier.
Speed and performance, user experience and design, integration with Google's ecosystem, extensions and developer tools, timely arrival. Okay. Chrome launched at a critical time when Internet Explorer's market share was declining due to stability, security, and standards compliance issues. Users were actively looking for a better alternative, and Chrome provided a technically superior modern product that filled the gap left by a complacent competitor.
Yeah, it was faster, more efficient.
That's what Gemini say, because Gemini is clearly Chrome. Okay, so that leads us to Atlas, which you didn't install, which Michaela didn't know existed. Michaela, when we were talking about...
I did not know that existed.
You know, funny enough, Atlas built on Chrome.
Chromium, yeah.
Yep.
Like, Chromium is the open source browser that basically everybody is built on now. So the only people that are holding out still and using something called WebKit is Safari and Firefox. Mm-hmm. Everybody else was just like, we'll just take Chromium and we will build on top of it. So Microsoft Edge is built on Chromium, Opera, GTX, however it is, built on Chromium, Vivaldi, Brave, all of them, Chromium. And there's a time I had to install a Linux machine and I installed baseline Chromium because I didn't want to install Chrome because I just needed a browser to work. And Chromium is literally Chrome's little brother. Like, Chromium is blue, Chrome is red and yellow and thing for Google. Mm-hmm. It does the exact same thing. The only difference is the back end of Chrome. Google have a gazillion set of analytics going on in the background to track you, and Chromium doesn't.
Mm.
So what Atlas doing that Chrome not doing? Atlas is tracking all of your ChatGPT, all of your searches, your history, all of them things to feed ChatGPT. If Atlas ever makes it big, that's going to be the death of society. Because ChatGPT, the AI, will have food to feed on a daily basis. Because basically, Google has feed off of Chrome on a daily basis to build all of the algorithms and everything that they have to do. So, I I can't see Atlas making it anywhere. Because one, it have a big privacy concern because ChatGPT already have a whole set of big privacy concerns. And to just slap that on our browser now? No, that ain't happening. Michaela ain't having that.
I'm not having that, but usually I would have said, I could never see this becoming something that's mainstream. But based on the presentation I did Thursday, a lot of those girls use ChatGPT on a daily basis. Like they, instead of using Chrome, they would simply use Chat. And they use Chat as a web browser instead of Chrome. And it's like, damn, why? So
you
I
feel
think that the
new
younger
generation
generation
could sway it?
Correct, yeah.
Interesting.
I just use it like if I need to search something, I go on ChatGPT. I don't like something where I know I'll have follow-up questions. I'll go on ChatGPT versus Google. Like if it's just a simple thing, Google. But if I know I would have follow-up things based on the response, I'll go on ChatGPT.
So what it's saying is, you think it have a chance that people will be like, hey, ChatGPT have a browser, let me install the browser?
Yeah, unfortunately.
They're ignorant to the fact that they will be tracked and all them kind of things and privacy and all that.
There's some people that just don't care. There's like already being tracked and everything else.
Yeah, I'm that. Like when I was trying to switch off of Chrome and find a comparable browser that doesn't track me, I was like, this is real hard to do. I'll just go back to Chrome because Chrome just had all the features that I wanted. All the other browsers, Vivaldi, Brave, Opera, all of them was cool, but they were missing certain things that I wanted and it wasn't working out. And I was just like, Chrome, hi, you're my friend. Track me all you want. It's okay. If you, all right, I'm gonna ask my student. You see, some students just lazy, right? Students just look for the fastest way to get the information that they need to get the marks that they want to get the grades that they want to get. That is basically the quintessential student. Like 90% of students get the answer fast to get the grade that they want. The 10% that will study because they have some drive and they want to do the thing the right way or whatever it is, they are going to look for the best possible solution. So if OpenAI could create this browser in such a way that it tells the students this is way faster than Chrome in terms of getting the information that you need, then install it. But the thing is, they're not using laptops and computers as much as we used to use. They're using their phone. What gonna make a child install a new browser on their phone called Atlas? Because who said so? What value proposition does it have?
ChatGPT probably need to integrate it into the ChatGPT app. Like if it have a link in ChatGPT and you open the link, open it into your Atlas browser, and then from there you have seamless experience.
I get you. Yeah, that would be good marketing. I wouldn't doubt that Sam Altman would do that because they're pretty good at marketing stuff. But then, okay, so let me say you get a young crowd. Us older folk, we not going to change browsers. We just going to be like Chrome working and not going to do anything. And I don't need to get a new browser. What's the value proposition for anybody who is not a student and looking for the easiest way to get an answer?
Developers who are religious users of ChatGPT, and I guess ChatGPT fanatics.
ChatGPT have 800 million users.
Yeah.
Of course, half of them are people with 3 email accounts. I was trying to get Pro or whatever it is at this point in time. So let's say it's not 800 million divided by 400 million users. 400 million users could sway the balance of the browser war if you get half of those 400 million users to want to use the browser. But it's not like Chrome is a slouch either, because...
Yeah, but people trying to move away from Chrome, especially since Chrome
The antitrust?
No, not the antitrust. The manifest version 3 that went and break a whole bunch of extensions.
Oh, yeah. For
like,
pop-up block or something?
Correct. That's why I switched from Chrome back to Firefox, because I cannot navigate the internet without an ad block. I cannot. The second I see an ad, I close the page. As get irritated. No. I've been using an ad block for over 10 years now. If I see an ad, I get irritated. That's why I don't like open links and stuff on my phone. No, I don't want to see an ad.
People need to eat, boy.
I don't care. Eat somewhere else. I don't want to see no ad. If I see an ad, I exit it. Nope.
Yeah, well, okay, if Atlas put ads in the browser, then there's no way you're installing it. I got you.
I mean, I wasn't installing it in the first place, but yeah,
I
even less of a
no
reason.
desire to install it. I like these students, when I am teaching, they have chat installed and they would be asking ChatGPT for like questions and all kind of thing on a daily basis, and I've seen them like into it, but I've also seen some of them get disenchanted with the fact that it can't give them the one size magical fit one size answer that they want. I've seen some of them get vexed when they try to ask about a question that I give them and ChatGPT can't help them with the question. And it's be like, what is thing good for? And I was like, that's because we do in our subject where you have to think, child. Like, you're going to have to use your brain to solve it. ChatGPT can't solve it. It could help you if you use it wisely. But you want the one prompt fits all situation. For you to be able to solve this question I gave you, you have to prompt ChatGPT like 6 different times to get through it. And well, when it reaches the point where it turns to work, they're not having it. So the Atlas browser had to be some kind of value proposition that will make them want to change. But I don't think older folk, when I say older folk, not Gen Alpha, maybe X into Alpha, sorry, Z into Alpha, sorry. Yeah, we really not good on. Most we might do is switch to Firefox like Michaela because of privacy issues. But Chrome is Chrome. And Google did what they have to do. And I do think there's an opportunity in the market right now that is big enough as there was when Internet Explorer was fumbling the bag for another browser to come and swoop in and take that, especially since the form factor of mobile matters a lot. And Android phones come with Chrome as default. Well, not in the EU. In the EU, you get to choose your browser, but everywhere else, once you get an Android phone, Chrome is your portion, one time.
Yeah. You know, actually, I use Safari on my iPhone more than Chrome.
Because it's default.
Yeah, it's default.
Yeah. No, I mean, I have Chrome on it too, but I was only use it for like.
Yeah, but to use Chrome on your iPhone, you have to like decide that you're going to open it. But when you want to search something, the search bar, you can set the search bar to use Chrome.
On Safari.
On your iPhone. Yeah, no, like on your phone when you
if you have a link to open to Chrome, yeah, there's like let you choose. Like if you click on a link, you could use Chrome or
and you get a choice to choose Chrome or Safari, and you choose Safari to open the link.
I mean, like a browse, like when you want to go and search something, I just open up Safari versus Chrome.
Okay, wait. So what you're saying is, right? Because like I'm talking from an Android perspective, is have a search bar that like a widget, right? And when I type inside there, I will search for whatever I want to search for, and it'll just use Chrome by default. iPhone have a search bar.
Oh, no, the search bar on the iPhone does a search your phone. It does search the internet. You gotta open the app to go and search.
Oh my, come on, man! Like that's not cool. It do have a widget for search. Like to search the internet?
I don't think so.
You lying to me? That's not. Let me
see.
Let me see. Let me pull up. Let me get my iPhone there. Wow, I ain't unlock it in so long. I have to I use my. That's not what that search. Search for Atlas. Search. it gave me a dictionary thing related to related searches came up and it's showing me a Safari icon. So when I tap it now, it open up Safari to search for
Yeah, I don't use it like that. I just open the app and go and search. I don't think people does use search like that on the iPhone.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
I don't think so, no.
Okay.
Search is when you just search for app on the phone itself. And
okay. Now, well, on an Android phone, almost everybody I know does use that search bar because it's basically a direct link to the internet and you just search there one time. Yeah. Okay.
I use it sometimes. Most of the times when I'm Googling things, I try to Google things in incognito mode because I don't like being tracked. So I ask Google everything in incognito mode. Like my incognito mode tab, do ever close.
This tinfoil hat you have on, Michaela. This
tinfoil
hat,
incognito, you could still. It's not really
but
it's not private, you know. It's just so that they track me a little less. Because like if I wanna search, if I search for, let me say, blue outfit without going in incognito mode, anytime I see an ad, it will be on a completely unrelated platform. I will get ads for blue pants, blue shoe, blue top, blue hat. I don't want to see that. Please, a chance. So if you search in incognito, you won't have that problem.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I don't like being harassed digitally.
You're going to stop talking in front of your phone too?
Nah.
Yeah. Like, all right. Yeah. Cool. Now we're going to figure out what they know and what they don't know. I thought it's time to wrap it up. It's 101, 15 minutes. Because the talk going nice, the talk going sweet, but people are to go to school tomorrow. People are to go to work tomorrow. People are to face the traffic that's caused by teachers and students like myself, which I have admitted clearly.
Before you know why I say that? There's somebody like with business, right? There's somebody call me, and I don't know if that's being serious or joking. They call me complaining, not really complaining. They call me to tell me they're interested in an item that I have, but kind of complaining that, I was now talking about this, and then I pick up my phone, I see an ad. Meaning they now talk about it, and they pick up the phone, and they see my ad, and they call me. So it's like, they talk about it, and...
Yeah, that is where we at, and that is where we had to take it, because you want to use Chrome, and you want to have a cell phone, Yeah. All right, so today we spoke about modernizing classrooms again, fully online public services, what that will look like with eKYC, and if Atlas could take over Chrome, and it may just be possible, but we'll have to see how it goes. And that's how the cookie crumbles. What show that from again? Anchor. No. It's from a show with Jim Carrey. I'm sorry, Michaela. Didn't mean to do that to you. It's Anchorman. Anchorman is in my show, yeah, with Will Ferrell.
Anchorman?
That's Anchorman. Yes, with Will Ferrell. That's the kind of carrot head.
The movie Anchorman?
Anchorman, yeah.
I don't think that's the name, right?
Is that yes? Like he's the anchorman on a TV station.
Yeah, but I don't think that's the name of the movie. That's the name of it? Oh yeah, for real.
Yes. Yeah, Anchorman was from the first one was 2004. Whoa.
Yeah, now I didn't.
Yeah.
I wasn't watching them type of
the second one was Anchorman 2 in 2013. Yeah, I'm sorry. I have to apologize to Michaela. Didn't need to make that reference. No. You wouldn't know that would exist. You just didn't want to watch it because you probably was watching like cartoons or something. Like
No, 2004. I was like in Form 4.
Damn.
Well, okay, he wasn't trying to watch Anchorman.
2.5. No,
in 2000, right, when he was in Form 4, he wasn't trying to watch movies like Anchorman. Anchorman is like real slapstick comedy, like, you know, that's real heights comedy now.
Yeah.
Things that trying to understand is be like, why are you even laughing at? I was like, you don't understand. You need to have a car to know what he's talking about. Yeah, that's the situation. Yeah. Okay, we successfully old talk for another 2 minutes earlier. Yeah, so that's it for today. Thank you very much for your time, and all those of you that listen to the end. Well, glad to have you. Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube and Spotify and Apple Podcasts and wherever else, TikTok and Instagram. My name is Andre Charles. At Make It Simple TT, I publish 2 videos per week on at Make It Simple TT, and Trinity Techcasters publish 5 videos per week, 4 videos per week. I cannot remember the schedule, but yeah, 4 shorts and 2 long. I can't. Yeah, that I really. Yeah, very reach a point where like the thing in motion so long, I just be like, yeah, that does just work. I just do it how to do. Yeah, that's where we at. So that's me and co-host number 1.
Yeah, Akim there from Trinity Techcast,
where we publish 4 videos per week.
Yeah.
On TikTok and Instagram. And co-host number 2, Diversity Hire.
Yeah, Michaela Noel. You can find me on Instagram at
because she created a TikTok account for January, right after Christmas.
I never use it. The TikTok. Do I really want to give TikTok my data? But anywho, yeah. You can find me here.
Yeah, go and start Instagram. To use the tickety talk, as the old people would say.
Yeah, just for content purposes. But you might see some carnival TikToks. I might do it just for that. For carnival, yeah, man. Outside.
Yeah, because you're still bulking up. You're still taking the protein and thing.
Yeah. Tell you. I don't look nice at carnival. I can't spend so much money on a costume and not look good. Refuse.
We go on there. We'll see you all the next week. Bye-bye.